In this episode, I'm going to introduce you two radicals, 足, foot, and 走, to walk. These two radicals, they themselves are individual characters, and the looks of them aren't so compromised as they play parts and components in other compound characters. The difference is that the foot radical, 足, gives a clear hint of the character, and therefore can help you a lot in guessing the meaning, while the radical to walk, 走, it is more to describe things happening in movement, tendencies, and processes. For example, 路, which means road, way. With a foot radical, it's not difficult to imagine that a road is down your feet, or there wasn't any way until people set foot on it. We have many wisdom sayings about that. To walk on the road, we simply put 走 in front of it, 走路. But if we change 走 to 赶路, that means on the way but in a hurry. So you see, 赶, the compound character with the radical of walk, is no longer the action itself. Then it becomes the status to describe how you move alongside the way. It doesn't even matter if you're walking or not. The point is to be fast in order to catch something, maybe. 赶, to hurry. 赶 is not only limited to movement on the way, but for many other subjects as well. 赶时间, running against time. Let's say on the way to work, 上班路上, on the way to work. 上班路上. Somebody tried to stop you and sell you something, but you're not interested, you don't have time for that, you can say, 对不起，我赶时间. Sorry, I'm in a hurry. 对不起，我赶时间. You could also be specific. 我赶火车. I'm in a hurry to catch the train. 我赶火车. And if one is lucky enough to catch the train at the last moment, 赶上火车, 赶上火车. Or very unlucky, 赶不上火车, 赶不上火车. And if there's a lot of work to be done within a given time frame, we could say 赶工, literally to hurry the work. 赶工, 工厂日夜赶工, a factory, day and night, hurry the work. A factory is running day and night in order to catch the timeline, because there's a big order or something like that. 工厂日夜赶工. I hope you got the difference from this example. Let's move on to the next. 跑, to run. 跑, with the radical of 足 as a movement from the feet. And if we put 起 with the radical of 走, then 起跑, that means start to run, the very moment one foot leaves the ground. 起跑. Accordingly, the starting line we say 起跑线, 起跑线. Therefore, 起 has the meaning of one object. Start to move from one point. So similarly, we have 跳, to jump. 跳 and 起跳, start to jump. 起跳. There are several sports with 跳in the names. 跳水, to dive from a platform or a springboard. 跳水. 跳高, jump high. 跳高. 跳远, jump far. 跳远, and go on with the same format. 立, to stand. 立. 起立, which could be translated as stand up, could describe a person who was previously doing something else, like sitting or on the knees. 跪, 跪, or 蹲. People always joke about that's an Asian position. 蹲, and then from one moment on, raise until he stands. 起立. Another word you may already know, 起床, to get up every morning. 起床. And now we can even translate the Chinese word with a Chinese sentence. 从床上起来, starting up from the bed. 从床上起来. Another word, 步, step. 步, 起步, starting the steps, literally. And another word, start to walk. 起步. And we use this phrase in general to say something just get started. 公司刚刚起步. The company just get started. 公司刚刚起步. And to say the starting point, 起点, 点 means point. See so many points in this character? 起点. The end point, 终点, 终点. And the distance between them we say, 距离. 距 itself means distance. And with a foot radical, think about that sometimes we measure it just by taking steps and count them. 距离距离500米 The distance is 500 meters. 距离500米距今500年 Distance to today is 500 years. That means 500 years before. 距今500年 If you want to support my work, you can click this button down the video and donate. Thanks a lot for your generosity. 跨 means to cross, usually with a huge step. 跨, therefore the sport of hurdling. 跨栏, 跨栏, 跨 as an action is extended to many other areas, not just in sports. 跨国, cross countries, international. 跨国, 跨文化, cross-cultural. 跨文化 and 跨性别 cross-gender. 跨性别 In sports, if one player is better than the other, faster, higher, or whatever, we could use this word. 超过 where 超, you can see this radical. That usually means between two objects, the very moment as one takes over the other and the other lags behind. 过 means over. 超过 So let's say we're both running and you're faster than I am. 你的速度超过我的 Your speed exceeds mine, literally. 你的速度超过我的 We can use the phrase in weather too. Let's say today is hotter than yesterday. 今天的温度超过昨天 Today's temperature is higher than yesterday. 今天的温度超过昨天 And it goes on with the same tendency for days. Then we can say 天气越来越热 The weather is getting hotter. 天气越来越热 So this phrase 越来越 is a comparison of more and more. 越来越 Now that you know the radical of walk, 走 usually give the character a touch of tendency. I hope it can help you understand the meaning of 越 The next character with this radical is a measure word, 趟 to describe the number of time of going somewhere to do something. 趟去一趟超市 Go to the supermarket once. 去一趟超市出两趟差 Business trips twice. 出两趟差出差 literally means out for running errands. 出差 And you can go on with the same format for a lot of other expressions. 跑一趟学校 Run to school once. 跑一趟学校来我家一趟 Come to my home once. Well, the point here is not once. The point here is please come to me. 来我家一趟跟 is the back part of the foot. The heel. We usually say 脚后跟 And the difference between 脚 and 足 is that 脚 is more modern way of saying the foot. And 足 you can see a lot in medical terms. And if you are interested in other parts of the body, you can also check my other video here, where they all have one radical. So the high heels we say 高跟鞋高跟鞋 And 跟 is the part what we want to be careful if we walk behind somebody, not to be too fast and step on that person. And therefore 跟 has another meaning as an action verb, to follow. 跟我走 Follow me, to take a walk over somewhere. 跟我走跟我一起 Together with me. It's nearly the same as 和我一起 But just now that you know that 跟 has a little bit of follow in the meaning, that one person proposed and the other say, okay, let's do it. And to stalk somebody, for example, policemen try to catch some bad guy, or spy on his targets, 跟踪, literally follow the trace. 跟踪. And you see 踪 is also with the foot radical. Then you may think about the footprints and lose the trace of somebody. 失踪, a person get missing. 失踪. And as I mentioned before, be careful while you walk behind somebody not to step on the heel. And if that happens, we may say 不好意思，我踩到你了. Sorry, I stepped on you. 踩 to step on. 踩. And if a place is crowded with people, it's also possible that you step onto a person on the toes unpurposely. 脚趾 the toe. 脚趾. There are a few other words in sports and entertainment with the foot radical. 踢 to kick. 踢球 to kick the ball. And usually we just mean it to kick the football. 踢球. 舞蹈 dance. 舞蹈. And there's a phrase when we describe somebody is so delighted, 手舞足蹈. So happy that a person started to dance. 手舞足蹈. 蹦 is quite similar as jump. 跳, and there's a phrase, 蹦蹦跳跳, to describe a person very happy and cannot help himself or herself to jump on the way. 蹦蹦跳跳. And if there's a stone or something on the way that you didn't see and stumble over it and fall, 跌了一跤. Literally, to fall, a fall. 跌了一跤. And this action verb, 跌, can also be used in other situations like the prices or the numbers. 价格下跌. The price fall down very drastically. 价格下跌. Or 大跌眼镜. Glasses fall down. Very, very surprised. 大跌眼镜. All right, there's a lot of words I introduced today, and there's a lot for you to digest. I hope you find the video helpful, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next. 再见!